Have you ever felt like life is a raging river, pushing you through endless challenges? I used to think I was the only one struggling, until one day I realized everyone has their own story. Today, I'm going to share the story of an ordinary person, just like you and me, who found a way to overcome life's biggest storms. In the next 10 minutes, you'll discover the secret to facing challenges instead of running from them. 3 practical steps to turn obstacles into opportunities, and a lesson that changed how I view life forever. But before we start, ask yourself, what challenge is holding you back right now? Join me on this journey, because I believe you'll find light at the end of the road. Ready? Let's dive in. Imagine losing everything, your job, your family, even your belief in yourself. How do you rise from that? Today, I'll tell you the story of John, an ordinary man from Chicago who found light in his darkest days. John was once an office worker, living a simple life in the Chicago suburbs. He had a small family, a steady job, and quiet dreams. But then, in 2020, everything fell apart. John's company downsized during the economic downturn, and he lost his job. To make matters worse, his marriage ended, and he slipped into depression. John told me he felt like he was standing on a rocky, uncertain path, with no idea where to go. Each day, John woke up feeling heavy. He tried finding new work, but every door seemed to slam shut. He started to wonder, why is life so harsh to me? Some nights, he sat in his small apartment, staring at piling bills, thinking giving up might be easier. But one day, John stumbled into a free community workshop where he met a mentor. That mentor said something he'd never forget. Life is like a rocky path. You can't wait for it to smooth out. You have to learn to walk it. Those words were like a spark. John decided to act. He started small, creating a budget to manage his expenses, enrolling in an online marketing course to learn new skills, and joining a support group to share his struggles. It wasn't all smooth sailing. Some days, he faced setbacks like getting rejected at a job interview. But instead of giving up, John learned to see each failure as a lesson. He refined his resume, improved his communication skills, and kept going. After 6 months, he landed a freelance gig, which grew into a stable career in marketing. More importantly, he rediscovered his belief in himself. John's story reminds me of J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter. Before her success, she was a single mom living in poverty, rejected by 12 publishers. But she didn't wait for life to get easier. She kept writing, kept knocking on doors, and eventually, the world knew her name. Like John, she walked the rocky path and turned her dreams into reality. The lesson from John is, you don't have to solve every problem at once. Just take one small step, and each step will bring you closer to the light. But what made John keep going when so many others choose to run away? Coming up, we'll explore why avoiding problems never works, and how you can face challenges with more strength than ever. Have you ever thought that if you just ignore a problem, it'll go away? I used to think that, until I realized avoiding problems only makes things worse. Let's explore why facing challenges, even when it's scary, is the only way forward. Avoiding a problem is like letting a small wound fester. At first, you think it's no big deal, but if you don't treat it, it spreads and hurts more. Psychologists say avoidance behaviors, like procrastinating, blaming others, or pretending everything's fine, actually increase stress and make you feel out of control. A 2023 study from the American Psychological Association found that 65% of Americans admit to delaying problem solving because they fear failure, but that only leaves them more exhausted. Avoidance doesn't erase problems. It traps you in a cycle of worry and regret. Think about Sarah, a young entrepreneur in Seattle. She noticed her company was losing money, but instead of facing it, she ignored the warning signs, thinking, it'll work itself out. She skipped financial reviews, avoided team meetings, and kept spending as usual. The result? Her company went bankrupt within a year. On the other hand, I know a friend, Mike, who faced similar struggles. But Mike chose to act. He hired a financial advisor, cut costs, and found new ways to attract clients. His company not only survived, but thrived. The difference? Mike didn't wait for a miracle, he took action. The lesson here is, avoiding problems only makes them bigger, but when you face them, you take back control. You don't need to fix everything at once, but just one small step, like writing down the issue or asking for help, can change everything. So, how do you start facing those challenges without feeling overwhelmed? Coming up, I'll share 3 specific steps anyone can use to turn problems into opportunities. Stay with us, because this part will change how you approach life. Have you ever felt a problem was so big you didn't know where to start? I've been there, but then I discovered that with just 3 simple steps, anyone can face challenges and turn them into opportunities. Ready to change how you tackle difficulties? Let's dive in. Facing challenges doesn't mean solving everything at once. It's like climbing a mountain. You just need small steps in the right direction. After researching and applying these, I found 3 practical steps anyone can take. Step 1. Identify the problem. Write down exactly what's worrying you. Naming it makes it less scary. Step 2. Analyze and plan. Ask yourself, what's causing this? What can I do now? Make a list of small actions like researching or asking for support. Step 3. Act and adjust. Start with the smallest step, then check if it works. If not, try another way. The key is to keep moving. These steps aren't complicated, but they're powerful because they help you take back control and move forward. Think about Emma, a college student in Boston. Emma was overwhelmed by schoolwork and anxious about her future. She felt stuck, but instead of giving up, she used these 3 steps. First, she wrote down her problem. I can't focus on studying because I'm too stressed. Then she analyzed. She realized she needed a clear study schedule and some downtime. She planned to study 2 hours a day and joined a study group. Finally, she took action, and when some subjects were still tough, she met with an academic advisor to adjust. The result? Emma not only improved her grades, but rediscovered her love for learning. I used this approach too when I faced debt. I wrote down the amount, planned small payments, and those steps helped me break free from the pressure. The lesson here is, you don't need to climb the whole mountain in one day. Just one small step today, and you've started the journey to overcoming challenges. But here's the best part. When you face challenges, you don't just solve them, you uncover your hidden strength. Coming up, we'll learn how to turn those obstacles into opportunities to grow. Don't look away, because this part will surprise you. Have you ever thought that your biggest challenges could be life's greatest gifts? I used to fear every obstacle, but then I realized they're not just hurdles, they're chances to grow. Let's explore how you can turn storms into strength. Every challenge in life is like a workout for your soul. When you face obstacles, you build skills like patience, creativity, and problem solving. Psychologists call this a growth mindset, the belief that you can learn and get stronger through tough experiences. Instead of seeing problems as enemies, see them as teachers. Every time you overcome a challenge, you don't just solve it, you become a better version of yourself. Think about Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb. He failed over 1,000 times before succeeding. Each failure didn't stop him. He learned, adjusted, and kept going. Those failures taught him creativity and persistence, leading to one of the greatest inventions of the century. Closer to home, I once knew a friend, Lisa, a single mom in Atlanta. After losing her job, she learned to budget and started selling handmade crafts online. Those struggles didn't just help her raise her kids. They turned her into a confident, independent woman. The lesson here is, every challenge is a chance to discover your hidden strength. Don't fear failure. See it as a step forward on your journey to growth. So, how do you keep pushing forward, even when things feel impossibly hard? Coming up, we'll wrap up with a powerful call to action to start changing your life today. Stay with us, because this part will inspire you to transform. Are you ready to turn your challenges into stepping stones to rise higher? Today we've walked through John's story, practical steps, and a new way to see obstacles. Now let's turn these lessons into action, starting today. Life never promises to be easy, but the amazing thing is you're stronger than you think. Every challenge is a chance to discover the power within you. We've learned that avoiding problems only makes them bigger, but when you face them, even with just one small step, you're building the path to peace and success. The secret isn't waiting for a perfect life, it's about pushing forward, even when things are tough. I want to tell you about Maria, a single mom in Dallas. Maria thought she'd never overcome financial struggles after losing her job. But after watching an inspiring video, she decided to act. She wrote down her problems, learned to bake at home, and started selling in her neighborhood. In just a few months, she not only paid off her debts but opened a small bakery. Maria didn't wait for a miracle. She took one small step, and it changed her life. The final lesson is, you don't have to change the world in a day. Just one small action today, and you've planted the seeds for big changes tomorrow. So, what will you do right now? I want you to grab a piece of paper and write down one challenge you're facing. Then, pick one small step, just one, you can take today. Maybe it's calling a friend to talk or finding a free course to learn a new skill. Do it and share your story in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. If this video inspired you, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next videos. You definitely don't want to miss the next one, because we'll explore how to stay motivated even on your toughest days.